My defense is layered, right, first and foremost. And the first thing I'd like to say about my home defense is I'm not clearing my house. That's offensive moves. That takes 3 to 1 to get someone out of a house. This is a deep defense. I strong point, right? So I could be at a strong point with a broom and up anyone who comes in my house.
He's an idiot.
All right, today we're breaking down a Hard2Hurt / Icy Mike clip that's basically, if you hear a noise at night and you don't go hunting for it, you're a dipshit. And before anyone gets excited, no, I'm not doing tactical cosplay or giving anyone a step-by-step guide to turning a hallway into a boss fight. This is a mindset breakdown, Haters Inc. style. So Mike opens with the classic internet move. He claims anytime people discuss solo clearing their home, some dipshit shows up and says you should barricade and wait for police.
Anytime you try to have a discussion about tactics for solo clearing your own home, some dipshit will come along and interrupt you and he'll say, actually, you should never do that. You should barricade yourself and wait for the police.
Then he hits the shame button. If someone tells you never do that, either he's an idiot, he thinks you're an idiot, or both.
When a guy tells you you should never solo clear your own home, either he's an idiot, he thinks you're an idiot, or probably both.
That right there is not an argument. That's a social trap. He's not proving his point. He's trying to make disagreement feel embarrassing. Because if you can label caution as stupid, you don't have to explain why your alternative is smart. Then he goes further and basically suggests that the crowd saying, don't do this alone, including military people, are idiots. Which is hilarious because serious training tends to treat clearing spaces as a team problem for a reason. It's chaotic, risky, and unpredictable. That isn't coward talk, it's risk math. Acting like everyone who disagrees is dumb is the same energy as every influencer we clown on. Experts are wrong, trust me, bro. But the sneakiest part is the loophole. Mike does a quick, of course, moment. If you know for a fact someone's in your home, you should probably barricade. Cool, normal. Except for the times where you shouldn't.
But let's make sure we get the scenario straight, because that's the problem with these guys. We're talking about a typical bump in the night scenario. You hear a noise and it's your job to go investigate, and you go do it with a gun. Of course, if you know for a fact that someone is in your home, you should probably barricade yourself and wait for the police, except for the times where you shouldn't.
And there it is, the blank check. The hero exception that can justify whatever decision you already wanted to make. He never defines it because he doesn't need to. Everyone watching automatically imagines they're the exception. Nobody ever thinks, I'm half asleep, stressed, confused, and might misread what's happening. Everyone thinks they're the action movie version of themselves. Then we get the line that's supposed to be a joke. So you don't have to call 911 on your ice maker.
And while I can't turn you into a tier 1 operator overnight, there are tips and tricks for regular dudes so that you don't have to call 911 on your ice maker.
And this is where it gets embarrassing. Because who is that insult aimed at? His own audience. The implication is that regular people are too clueless to tell the difference between an appliance noise and an actual threat. So who thinks who is an idiot again? Here's the truth. At night, when you're tired and adrenaline spikes, people misidentify sounds all the time. That's not weakness, that's being human. Pretending it's always obvious doesn't make you capable, it makes you reckless. Confidence isn't the same thing as good decision-making, and the whole clip tries to force a fake binary. Option A, you're a helpless baby who calls police for every creak. Option B, you're a real man who investigates. That's nonsense. Most adults live in the boring middle. Reduce risk, verify what you can, communicate early, and avoid making a bad situation worse. It's not Sigma, it's just normal. So yeah, Icy Mike might not be your standard alpha male grifter, but the rhetorical playbook is the same. Mock caution, dunk on experts, sell the fantasy that you're the exception, then laugh at the audience while calling everyone else stupid. Because if your message needs insults and loopholes to work, it's not advice, it's ego marketing. If you want more breakdowns like this, hit subscribe and tell me who's next. And to the Ice Maker community, stay strong. You're apparently public enemy number 1.